Hey gang, Jason Sorrell here, Creative Oddity Studios, and tonight I'll be killing three birds with one stone, just shooting this video for three different people. First of all, Steve, who just wanted to see another video from Creative Oddity Studios. Here's the new video, Steve. TC, who wanted to see how this art process kind of works when I get to drawing something or get involved in a project. I'm going to shoot this video tonight showing that. And Matt, who's been waiting for his tattoo design. He's part of the 24 tattoo project that I'm going to be doing, 24 free tattoos to kind of build my portfolio up with the kind of artwork that I enjoy. Matt, here's your tattoo design, Matt. You're going to see more of this in this video, so don't get too upset if you can't see it here. But it's the Grim Reaper, and obviously, Matt, we're going to have to do some modification to the cloak and the scythe to meet the details that you wanted and get it to go down your arm and what have you. But that's the design. So check it out here for those who are interested in the whole process. I'll be showing just how this image here came about and what else I've been doing with it.
Talking to other tattoo artists at the shop, I always found it interesting that they threw their designs away after they had drawn them. I mean, sometimes they would draw something specifically as a design for artwork or for merchandising or what have you, but never the tattoos that they did that they put on people. And I always thought that that was kind of a waste, because those images could be used as reference for the future, or could, very well be merchandisable themselves. So with this Grim Reaper image, of course, I'm going to be finishing it in a number of different ways. The first phase of any project I undertake involves research, trying to figure out the different ways that I might be able to represent the subject, ways that others have represented the subject in the past, different things I might want to do with this, how I want to represent it and how I want to express it, what media I want to use, that kind of thing. So it's always a good idea to put a little time into researching your image beforehand. It's a little tedious, but it's well worth the effort. Once my research is completed, I'll usually select some images to refer to throughout the design process, not only to kind of look at what they were doing and maybe solve some of the problems I might be running into in the image myself, but also just as inspiration for creating the image and really getting into the spirit of the piece itself. For this piece, I used an 11 by 14 inch Bristol board, smooth texture. I like the nice heavy board to work with, and I wanted to go with the smaller size because this is going to be an image that I'm going to be using as a tattoo, so I didn't want to have a lot of trouble transferring it over to the gentleman's skin that's going to be getting the tattoo done here, hopefully in the next month or so. Also, I always like the nice pristine feel of a piece of paper. There's so much potential there, so much wonderment and possibility. It's like a virgin on prom night that I'm about to violate. The next phase of the image is the wireline drawing. That's what I'd like to call it anyways. Basically, it's just figuring out where things are going to go. It's not anything detailed or definite. It's just general shapes and lines, trying to figure out the flow and the composition of the image and how I want things to line up, and trying to work out some of the proportion issues I might run into as I'm completing the image. Next, I start sketching things out. Just kind of working out problems as I go through the sketch. I prefer to use a 4H or an H pencil, sometimes even a 6H, to get that really light line. It makes it easier to correct issues as I go through with an eraser. When you use a softer lead, that leaves a darker line and it becomes harder to erase and make changes or start over if necessary. Again, it's best to solve as many of the problems as possible in the rough sketch before you move on to another media. Any issues with proportion, any details, all those things you want to kind of have worked out before you get into watercolor or ink or anything else you might do to the image. It's easier to correct problems in the rough sketch, which is kind of your map for the finished piece, than to try to correct those things when you get to another media. It can be done, but it's just more frustrating, so save yourself some heartache and go ahead and get the drawing as finished as possible in the rough sketch phase. When I ink these type of drawings, which are going to double as tattoo designs, I like to use a number 8 micron because it's closest to the actual tattoo needle that I typically use. Also, it happens to be an 8 round when I do my line work on most of the tattoos I do. I also like to double up the external lines on different elements in the image to give it a little bit more depth as an actual piece of artwork, which is what you see here in the next image. So here you have the finished piece having been rendered in Photoshop, And what's going on here, I didn't want to break down all the little details as what was going on with the Photoshop rendering. Folks who are familiar with Photoshop can tell the different airbrushes that were used, and the layering and things like that went on with the image in Photoshop, and that might be something I'll do in a later piece, but not for this particular piece. But what I wanted to get to was that this process allows for this one image to end up being 4 different types of artwork. You've got the watercolor painting that will eventually come with the line art that I've created. The line art itself, of course, has already been saved on the computer and is usable again in the future. The graphic is turned into merchandise like a sticker or what have you. And of course, then you have the tattoo when the tattoo is completed. The stickers, of course, are available in about a 5-inch size and about a 3-inch size. The 5-inch is $3.99 each. The 3-inch size is $1.99. And you can get those at the website, www.creativebodystudios.com, along with several other stickers. We're working on some t-shirt designs that hopefully I'll have finished this month. Just a bunch of cool stuff, a lot of my artwork, a lot of TC Downey's artwork, and we hope you check it out. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and the process of seeing this piece of artwork come to fruition. We look forward to tattooing this piece here in the near future, and there'll of course be a video of that process as well. Thanks again, and check out our website, www.creativebodystudios.com.